Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a collective for today. Today is Wednesday. It is May 27th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You do not need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Roses, Dust, and Ashes, an oracle featuring cemetery symbols by Stacey Williams from La Peneterre. Ooh, one on the table, two on the table, one in reverse. Okay, I want to say something, but I want to... Four on the table. There is no victory in vanity. Touché, sir. Touché. We got five on the table, one in reverse. Let's do two more shuffles. Last shuffle. Six on the table. Seven with bottom of the deck. I'm gonna set this over here because I moved the box out of the way. We've got peace. We've got victory in reverse. We've got vanity. We've got stillness. We've got grace. The portal. And then bottom of the deck is hope. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. So let me just say this. The vanity card in this reading is not just about like someone's looks. It's more like the vanity of life, like being famous, having clout, having riches, owning a mansion, having a Ferrari, like it's with the victory in reverse. It's somebody's recognizing that those are not what the important things are in life. And sometimes it takes people to actually receive those things, right? To actually get those things, to realize like this ain't hitting it. Okay, why do I keep saying that? I was saying that I think yesterday, this morning. This ain't hitting it. You could have all the riches in the world. You could be the most beautiful person in the world. It's not going to matter if your personality is shit, if you don't do anything good with your money. You know, if you blow all your money, like, then what good was it? What did you do with it? Yay, you bought a McMansion and 5 VWs. Fabulous. But now what do you have to show for it? Those are all being repossessed. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what do you do after? You know, like after all that stuff happens and you realize like this meant nothing. Like this is meaningless. Like this doesn't have anything to do with the value of life. What do you do after that? Because it's really about mindset. So if you just blew your mind, right? You just blew your whole world to pieces. whoever this is, they're very much okay in their own skin. This could be an introvert, somebody that likes to hermit. This portal in this hope card. So someone is constantly looking for the next thing. Like somebody is constantly jumping, moving. It's almost giving me like jumping timelines, but and it's not that you can't jump timelines, right? I mean, I've jumped timelines. I know what that's like many times. But it's like somebody's constantly looking for the next thing. And I want to say the next best thing, but I don't mean it like that. Like somebody is just constantly finding something to do, finding a new hobby or moving from job to job, but not in a bad way. Like they want to learn, they want those wheels to keep turning. It's like somebody constantly looking for change and growth, someone that's constantly evolving, healing. I see like one of those, you guys know what I'm talking about, one of those steampunk clocks with all the little parts that move. A good one, not a cheap fake one from Walmart. Not that there's anything wrong with those. The ex-husband and I had one in our house. Kind of reminding me of like an old grandfather clock when you open up and you look in the you look on the inside. I remember my grandparents used to have one in their foyer, and I remember my grandpa making a comment about don't look behind her skirts or something like that, because you open up the inside and you can move like the, I don't even know what they call them, and you could see like the inside of the clock. I want to say like newer grandfather clocks don't let you do that. Like they're all encased, I want to say, to avoid damage, I would assume. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're not encased. Maybe you can still open them. It's almost giving like jumping from timeline to timeline for the hope of something better, but it's not, again, it's not like a negative thing. It's like just constantly moving ahead, moving on and hoping. Like let me just give you like a dumb example. So like let's say right now I play volleyball and I'm on a team and I do tournaments through August. But then in August, like I'm going to jump on a new timeline, I'm going to get a new hobby, and I'm going to do basketball, indoor basketball until December. And it's not necessarily that one is better than the other. It's just, okay, I played volleyball for 3, 4 months and I quote unquote mastered it or had my fill with the season. And now I'm going to move on to something else and I'm going to master that and I'm going to have fun with that. And then when I'm done with basketball, what am I going to do after? Right? It's not that one is better than the other. It's just someone constantly keeping busy, constantly moving, constantly learning. It's like self motivation. Somebody is constantly self motivating themselves. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to work on this. And it's not like they can't go back, right? Like, let's say I do volleyball for this summer and then I decide next summer to go back to volleyball. I mean, I can do that. It's not necessarily a slide back. Look at all the things that I did in between. Moving on to the next thing could be an old thing. You're revisiting it, So let's say after I do that second round of volleyball the next year, let's say in August, September, I decide to take up golf. I'm just making up stuff, but you know what I'm saying. Like constantly, somebody doesn't like to sit still. Is really like stagnation is something that this person wants to keep at bay. And again, that doesn't mean that somebody doesn't rest, somebody doesn't do self care, somebody doesn't sit in bed and watch a movie, right? Everybody does that. I do that a lot. But I also do other things, right? I also keep myself busy. I also walk all day. Now I'm boxing. I'm editing my book. Next month, June, July, August, I'm going to take classes online. Like, I already took classes online. Remember, I took classes December, January, February. Now I'm going back to take classes, different classes, right? More enlightenment, more enrichment, more knowledge, more healing, more growth, more change. What am I going to do in the fall? I don't even know yet. I don't even know yet. I might start working on book number 2. We'll see what happens. I got one thing planned for the fall in September on my second birthday, and I'll talk more about it in June. I'm probably going to start up a third YouTube channel, but it's not really going to have anything to do with tarot or oracle. It's not going to have anything to do, I mean, kind of, I guess it might have a little bit to do with my documentary on my second YouTube channel, but for the most part, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more like a journaling, I guess you would say. All leading up to what I'm going to do in September. This person really protects their peace. Whoever this is someone they don't put up with any bullshit. This is someone whoever this is, they're because I'm looking at the dove with the peace, and then the 2 statues with the grace and the hope. Like somebody's very watchful. Somebody takes in information, like people, situations, and they like catalog it. Like they remember things. And they kind of use that as a judgment, as a precursor. Like, okay, am I going to talk to this person? Do I get involved with this group, with this community? Am I going to move away from this job? Like, what do I know? What have I cataloged in my brain for the last 6 months, for the last year? There's a lot of analysis in there. Like, like somebody's brain, like I'm looking at it and it's like a computer. And it's going to sound weird. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like seeing like a little robot in a brain, like moving stuff around, and almost like a warehouse. Like we're going to put this information here and this information here, and we're going to save this for later. And like someone is very busy mentally. I don't think in a distracting way. It's more of like I don't know how else to describe it, like a cataloging, like like internal memory, like a memory drive, like on a computer, like saving information. I don't know why I just heard soundbite and megabyte. I don't know. Okay, that's hilarious. I just you guys know how they do like Lego movies, right? Like, and on TikTok now they do, like, Iran is doing propaganda Lego movies. Israel was, I think, Palestine. Like, there's all these like little Lego movies. They copy other movies, but they make them Lego movies. I was picturing like a little Lego guy on one of those ladders that slides across, like in libraries, and he's got something in his hand and he's holding on, like, well, he's got it on this hand and he's holding on to the ladder and it's swinging across, and he's yelling out, "We got more!" And then they fling it and it lands like in the brain, like in a part of the brain where it's supposed to store, and then something else comes and he grabs it and he flings it and it goes like a little Lego guy. I used to love Legos, y'all. I have like 5 or 6 sets, I think, and I'm trying to decide, am I going to keep them? Am I going to build them? Am I going to sell them? I feel like that part of my life is over, even though I absolutely loved doing that. I really did. I had the best time. It's kind of weird too because now, so like I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. My aunt got like one of those like flower Lego sets from like a friend or something, and she said she built it and then she took it apart and put it away after a few months. Um, Now they have all kinds of flowers. Like they have wildflowers, roses, little cute. They have the original like cherry blossoms that they did. They used to have a bonsai tree. And I'm thinking all these cute little flower Legos, it would be cute to have them. The thing is if I got them, I would have to put them up because I'm pretty sure the cats would try and destroy them. They would think they're real flowers. The cats are always getting into real flowers. It's crazy. And I'm looking at, so last thing before I let this go, I'm looking at this Grace, the statue on the Grace card and the Hope card. People might look at this person as very, it could be beautiful, right? Like you can take the vanity, the victory in reverse over the vanity out of it. Like this person could be beautiful, they could be attractive. Um, but it's giving me more like they're a presence. Okay, maybe they have a really nice aura. Maybe they're just very confident, very sure of themselves. And that could be okay with some people. Other people that are confident and sure of themselves, like, it would be fine. Like they, two peas in a pod. But people that don't know themselves, people that are uncomfortable in their own skin, would very much look at this person and feel very, very small. Not that this person would intend that at all. Um, and I like to think that healing people don't intend that at all. Um, Even though non-healing people might look at it like that, like, oh, you think you're better than everybody else? No, just different. just just different. Not at all better. Just healing. It's kind of funny. When I was at my piercing lady yesterday, and I got my new cross in my other ear, I told, her and I were talking. She asked me if I had any plans for the summer, and I said, well, I want to do some um, visits to different parks and stuff, like in Illinois and Wisconsin. And I mentioned Devil's Lake, and she goes, oh, she's like, I went to House on a Rock. She's like, have you ever been there? And I'm like, no. So she kind of described it to me, and then we were talking about how it's a very big place and there's a lot to look at. And she said it was very, like, she said one time her and her, I don't know if they got married or not. Did they get married? I forgot to ask her. Well, her fiance, her husband, her partner, whatever he is now at this point, they've been together for a long time. um she said that there was one point where they had walked through this place for like an hour, almost 2 hours, without seeing a window. She said you could definitely, she's like, it would take you probably 2 to 3 hours to walk through the whole thing. She said if in depth you wanted to study stuff and look at stuff, she said probably 5 hours. She said there was a point where they had walked through rooms for about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and did not see one window. And she said she felt like she was having a panic attack. And we were talking about, what the house could have been used for and all that, like it might not have been a house that was used with the best intentions. Let's just say that. Um, and I said to her, she's like, isn't it funny that all that stuff is coming out now? And she's talking about like Epstein and yeah, demonic type stuff. And I said, not really. I said it was always there. All of that stuff was always in the background. Sex trafficking, child rape, all kinds of horrendous, horrible things, sacrifices, hunting humans. All of that stuff was always in the background. Always. I said, but you have to look at it this way. I said, today, more and more people are waking up every day. Every day, more and more people are tapping into the spiritual. More and more people are healing. More and more people are becoming connected with Source, Universe, God. I said, now they're starting to see, more and more people see. I said it was always there. It was always that underlining. What do they call it? The underbelly? The underbelly of society. It was always there. But now you see. She's like, yeah, you're right. She's like, you're right. And she was talking about healing people and non-healing people. And I said it gets exhausting. I said I cannot waste my time and my energy trying to heal somebody that doesn't want to heal. And she goes, yeah, it does. She goes, you have to meet people where they are. And it's true. It's true. Like, you meet somebody and you have all these expectations, and then you just feel like you're let down because they're quote unquote low vibrational. You can label them low vibrational all you want. They're a human living their life and they're living it the way they want to live it. You want to look down on that? I mean, you can. Do you want to be friends with them? You're going to have to meet them where they are. You're going to have to accept them for who they are. If you don't want to be friends with them, then you can move on, right? I think some people look at this person and find it a little difficult to accept them for who they are, but that's because they don't accept themselves. Like I said, there's a confidence, whoever this person is, there's a confidence there, there's an air about them. It could be an air sign. Uh, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in that order. Um, they could have a presence about them, and people are uncomfortable with that. But again, it's because they're not on the same level. And that's not good. That's not bad. We've talked about this before. It's just people are where they are. Are you going to meet them where they are? Are you going to accept them for who they are? It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in their life or vice versa, but you should acknowledge that people are allowed to live the life that they want to live. If you consider it low vibrational, okay, fine. But they probably don't, right? They probably like the life that they live. And I think it should be reciprocal, right? Is that reciprocity? Because it's really ass backwards when you have a low vibrational person looking down on a high vibrational person. Like, why are you looking down on me? Just because I'm healing and I'm growing and I'm doing things for myself. It's kind of like that whole, you know, witches and dark magic and hoodoo voodoo BS. Like, Why do you use that stuff for bad? Why do you use that to torture other people when you could be using magic to build yourself a better life, to manifest for the things that you want? Instead, you're trying to destroy somebody else's manifestations. It will never make sense to me. Again, it comes from unenlightenment. Like, people, they don't, and don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. There are times when things happen and I get involved in situations, and my first instinct is to cuss somebody out, and oh, that mother, like, I hope they get this and that. And then I just say, okay, calm down. Is it really worth it? No, it's not worth it. Are they really going to have such and such happen to them? Probably not. Like, are they going to keep doing what they're doing? Probably. Because they're not awake. They're not woke. They don't know. They think what they're doing is fine. It's peachy keen. And it's just not. And like I said to my piercing lady last night, it gets exhausting to try and help people and to try and get them to see. You're just better off just either walking away from the person, the situation, or just meeting them where they are. I might title this reading that, by the way. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.